Okay, so back home here, so I would print this out for the class, and as we did each of the exercises, I didn't do it because I was outside and I didn't have this, but now I have it. And then we'd mark down where it is that we felt pressure on our feet. Okay, so for example, the very first one was we walked with the right hip. And so when I was doing that, I felt a lot of tension around, especially on the right foot. I felt a lot of pressure on the heel and a little bit up the side of my foot. And then I also felt a little bit on my shoulder area. I'll show you what I mean. Can you see that? Yeah. So over here, that's where I felt more pressure along the outside of my right plantar surface. Oh, I did it wrong. Right foot. I'm thinking backwards. Okay. So, actually, the right side I felt more pain. Okay, and then I also felt shoulder up here. Okay, so ignore those ones. right plantar surface here. And I felt up on the shoulder on the left foot, right? And because we don't actually have this condition, it's going to vary, right? The next one that we did was we had the neck. And so I felt I was walking more on the balls of my feet, okay, when I was doing that one, okay? So that's where I felt a lot of the tension. Also up and around the insides, that's where I felt as well, right? Then we did emotional stuff, right? And we walked around, and my feet actually felt, in the depressive state, my feet felt really heavy, sort of in the middle of the feet. So that's where I was feeling that. And the feet just felt really heavy. It felt like I was walking through mud, right? So just really lethargic and just, life was hard to walk like that. And then we switched to, what did we do next? We did anger, right? And so clenched fists and up. So with anger, let's see, I should have used red for that, but we'll use green. Which is kind of appropriate because liver is green. Anger, right? So anger. I felt a lot of upper tension, especially in shoulders. Shoulder areas were really tense. And same with, because I was clenching my jaw, I felt a lot on the big toes too, right? And then I also felt too, inside my shoes, that my toes were also kind of rubbing, especially when I was doing a bit more of a higher paced, movement, right? And then I think we ended with 100% at peace, right? And for me, that just felt like, even throughout the feet. And so you can see with just a simple experiment that, not only if we have physical issues going on, but also emotional, sort of mental issues going on, that the feet get affected no matter which way you look at it, right? And so that's a really interesting insight. And what the coolest thing about it all is that you put these findings up to a reflexology chart. Here, I'll go grab one. So yeah, if you put these findings up against a reflexology chart, I'll see if I can hold them right beside each other here. Okay, so the first one we did was hip issues, right? So the hip issues over here, right? All along, I felt on the right foot, sorry. I did it again. So the right foot, I felt it all along here. And you can't really see from this direct drawing, but you can see over here that that's exactly where the hips are, all down around here, right? And up into a little bit of the, getting up into the waistline here. Up to the waistline. But that's where I felt most of the tension in my feet. And then I felt a little bit more on the shoulder on that side, right? And so it's really cool that, okay, if you have, kind of lower back issues, guess what? It reflects in the reflexology chart in the lower hip area, right? So, fitting. Then we switch to neck issues, right? And look where the neck is on a reflexology chart. It's up here, right? It bends. And then the shoulder line goes all the way across this way, right? And that's exactly where I felt it. Did you feel it there? Maybe not. But what definitely happens to keep balance when your neck is all stiff and up and hurting is the energy or the tension sort of goes up, and then you end up moving your posture forward onto your toes, right? So more of the ball of the feet, right? And then we did, emotional states, depression and stuff. So that's interesting. I felt it more in the sort of stomach, intestines sort of area, right? And those are areas that probably will get affected if you're in a depressive state, right? So it's really interesting, right? Anger, right? Up here, tension, jaw issues, right? Right? Again, upper sort of thing. So it's similar to, neck issue, but it's different, right? It's a little bit different. And then 100% at peace, guess what? The whole body is going to, thank you as you walk, and everything's, digestion's going to be flowing nice, and, everything's just going to be lighter, easier to, basically walk through your life, right? So I hope that helps. I know it's helped me gain a really simplified version of reflexology, but I really use this to talk to clients and explain to them that, their postures, their injuries, their way of thinking actually can affect their body in a profound way, right? And just by changing a couple things, getting your posture better, also improving anything that will, going for reflexology to get more relaxed in life, can be a really great benefit for them. And this is a good example of what you can show by, helping out their state of mind, their well-being. It reflects in the body, right? Because your feet are going to just be more comfortable when they're walking around. So it works both ways, right? So very interesting, very simple. And when we took the drawings and brought it to the reflexology chart, it made a lot of sense to people who aren't reflexologists. And so that's what I wanted to share with you, is just, sort of the same thing, but just looking at it from a different angle, which just really worked well for that workshop that I did. So anyway, there you go. Hope that helps. If you have a way of looking at the feet in a different way, leave comments below. That would be awesome. Until next time, keep those feet happy. Bye-bye. Let me know what you thought of this video by leaving a comment below. Any type of feedback can be useful. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. And if you found it useful, feel free to share it with anybody who might be interested. Make sure that you have subscribed to this channel if you haven't already. And make sure that you hit, or better yet, step on that bell icon so you know when the next videos come. And if you have some more time, why don't you check out some other videos. Until next time, this is Adam Thomas from BalanceandTouch.ca. It's really good to drink tea in cups that breathe, or that they're bigger as well, because it lets the tea cool down a little bit, and it's not as hot on your hands. Right? Just a little tea tip there.